Opals, Briggs and McCleary on the front row.
All set for round 5 of the AA Food Care Super Touring Championship. The Opal Vectras of Mike Briggs and Grant McCleary are on the front row. And as the lights turn green, it's Sean van der Linde already trying to sneak his way through. It looks as though McCleary might be able to outdrag Briggs into the S's as we go to race cam with Julian Bailey. Bailey lost 2 places as first Dion Joubert and then one of the Nissans slipped past the Minolta Camry. We're now riding with Mike Briggs in second place as the field charges through the Sabat sweep and onto the long straight named in honour of the late Tony Viana. Opal Motorsport are 1 and 2 with McCleary leading Briggs, with these cars hitting around 260 kilometres down the kilometre-long straight. Sean van der Linde is tucked in behind the Opal Vectras with Chris Aberdeen 4th. Dion Joubert is 5th, Janelle de Villiers 6th and Bailey is still 7th. Charles Wilkin is at the front of the Class B field. More race cam action from the Minolta Camry. This is the Continental Complex with a short straight leading into West Bank Corner. Grant McCleary has opened up a slight gap over Mike Briggs, but van der Linde is still tucked in behind the Opals. Chris Aberdeen has made up a place and is through the Continental Complex. West Bank and the right-hander leading onto the pit straight that the 4-wheel drive Rothmans Audis will have a slight advantage over the 2-wheel drive cars. McCleary leads the charge towards Castrol Corner. Chris Aberdeen may have got a tow from van der Linde and could have a look down the inside. Smoke was pouring from the right front wheel of the BMW Envirocar under braking, and van der Linde could have a brake problem. Aberdeen had the tighter line, but it's still behind van der Linde as they cross over the subway and head for Continental. This is where the Rothmans Audis will use 4-wheel drive to the best advantage, but van der Linde is going to make it difficult for Aberdeen to find a way around the BMW. Van der Linde has lost a little ground to Briggs as they head towards the long left-hander at West Bank. There was no sign of any smoke from the front of the Beamer under braking for West Bank, but race order is unchanged. Grant McCleary leads from Opal teammate Mike Briggs. Sean van der Linde is 3rd, Chris Aberdeen 4th. Dion Joubert has Janelle de Villiers right on his tail in the BP Nissan, with Bailey and Duncan Foss 7th and 8th. The BP Nissans are very quick in a straight line, and de Villiers is starting to put pressure on Dion Joubert in the Motorbrand BMW. This could develop into a good contest as de Villiers follows Joubert through the S's and into Sabat Sweep. Charles Wilkin still leads Class B in the Bankfin Toyota Corolla, but Hein Luttigan is scything his way through the field in the SATCC Motorbuilt BMW. Luttigan had to start from the back of the field when the BMW stopped on the warm-up lap, but is already challenging Don Brains in the Opel Astra for 2nd place. This is turning into a crackerjack race, and Chris Aberdeen in the Rothmans Audi Quattro has the best seat in the house to keep tabs on the battle going on ahead of him. Goldfields Raceway used to be a problem circuit where tyres were concerned, but the track was resurfaced last season, and tyre wear is not the worry it was a couple of seasons ago. Through the Sabat sweep, G-forces build up and the drivers take a pounding, but exit speed is critical for the long run down the 1 kilometre Viana Straight. And Mike Briggs got the perfect tow from Grant McCleary and is going for the lead. Briggs was sucked along by his teammate, whipped out of the slipstream and is into the lead. Sean van der Linde was also having a look at getting past McCleary, but is still 3rd, and one Opel ahead of him has been replaced by another. Race leader Mike Briggs is the most successful driver in South African Supertouring history, but he hasn't won a race since September last year. He campaigned in the British Touring Car Championship toward the end of last year, and the Rothmans Audis have dominated so far this season. That domination could end here at Goldfields Raceway, with Chris Aberdeen 4th behind Briggs, McCleary and van der Linde. Janelle de Villiers has taken the BP Nissan Sentra into 5th place, and here's the battle for the lead in Class B. Charles Wilkin and the Bankfin Toyota Corolla are now under serious attack from Hein Luttigan, who has worked his way through the field in the BMW. Luttigan has the inside line as they head for the subway and the Continental Complex, and we could be in for a change in the Class B lead. There goes Luttigan and Cam Wilkin fight back. These two have wins apiece this season, and this is a terrific race cam action as Hein Luttigan moves into the lead in Class B. He might just have got a little tap from Wilkin in Continental Corner, but the SATCC Motorbuilt BMW is in front, and Luttigan has had to work hard to get there. Race distance is running out, and this battle is going to go all the way to the wires, but the fight is on at the front of the field. This is the penultimate lap, and race leader Mike Briggs, Grant McCleary, Sean van der Linde and Chris Aberdeen are tied together. A lap and a bit to go, and we're in for a grandstand finish, and Aberdeen is going for third place. This is the section of the circuit where four-wheel drive works best, and Aberdeen sneaks up on Sean van der Linde. Now the race is on, and Rothman's Audi hopes of making it 5 out of 5 this season are still alive. Briggs leads McCleary, and Aberdeen is up into third. Van der Linde is fourth, but Chris Aberdeen has to find a way around Grant McCleary before he can attack race leader Mike Briggs. The Opel Motorsport drivers have worked together all weekend, and you can bet your life McCleary is going to use every stalling tactic he can call on to keep the Audi behind him. Aberdeen has to be right on McCleary's tail when they hit the main straight. He's got to get a tow from McCleary down the straight, and it's all up to who is laid on the brakes. Into the S's, Aberdeen is well placed. This is where he needs to be, but the Opels have the edge in straight line speed. Aberdeen could be losing out. They're on the ragged edge, but the Opel is creeping away from the Audi. Aberdeen isn't close enough for the tow as the race leaders bear down on the Class B front runners Hein Luttigen and Charles Wilkin. McCleary moves onto the outside line and then ducks back to defend the inside of the corner. Aberdeen and Van der Linde are so close to McCleary you can't see them behind the Opel. Half a lap to go. Aberdeen and Van der Linde will have to come up with a quick plan. With Grant McCleary there to ride shotgun for him, Mike Briggs looks to have this race in his pocket. There are two battles going on out there. Hein Luttigen is still fending off Charles Wilkin in Class B, and race leader Mike Briggs and his Opel Motorsport teammate Grant McCleary are working together to hold off Chris Aberdeen and Sean van der Linde. 2 corners to go, and Briggs looks safe. This is West Bank with Chris Aberdeen still trying to scheme a way around Grant McCleary, who's using every bit of circuit available to him. McCleary feinted for the outside line at the right-hander, leading onto the pit straight and then ducked back on the inside. It's all over. Mike Briggs will win the dash to the flag with McCleary second and Aberdeen third ahead of Sean van der Linde.
Confirmation of that result, Briggs, McCleary, Aberdeen, Opel, Audi, with Sean van der Linde in 4th place. The start of round 6.